EDC for this year. Again, will it change this year? Probably. I just wanted to do a pocket dump and kind of walk through some different things. And there will be some honorable mentions, and I'll kind of go over why I run this setup. And you might say these look like there's some redundancies, and it's because there is. But what's not redundant, first and foremost, is the firearm. The firearm is the Bodyguard 2.0 380. This is hands down the most ultra concealable firearm that I have ever carried on a normal basis, on a regular basis. I've had this for a few months now. This has been my favorite everyday carry pistol ever. This is a inexpensive Amazon special, internet special holster, and I like it. It works great, and I carry it appendix and also sometimes 430, and also sometimes I carry it smaller back. So I love that. So I think first and foremost, as much as you can, having your pistol around you or on you or close to you is really great. And because this thing is so concealable, I have no excuses to not keep it on me. So even while I'm playing guitar on stage and I'm doing stuff, I always keep it on me. So works out great. When I'm on stage playing, I usually run it smaller back, something like that. So this is going to not be something that's change out, something that's interchanged. But something I do change out that I started carrying this year is watches. I got a beautiful Seiko here from a dear friend who gave me this for my birthday, and I have been thoroughly enjoying becoming a watch guy. Again, am I really a watch guy? No. Am I a watch guy in the making? Yes, I would say so. So I've enjoyed that. This is a Seiko. It's an automatic. I'm not sure which one it is. It's nice. It was a very nice gift. I tried my hardest to keep it clean and not be rough on it. It's got the adjustable spinneroonie dial. I'm not sure what that's for, but I think it's really cool. And because I'm kind of fidgety, I like that. One thing I've noticed about this Seiko is that it does take, it does require me, the Seiko requires me to wear it because it's an automatic. It requires me to wear it nearly every day. So I go back and forth between this Seiko and more of a beater watch. And again, I call it a beater watch because you can kind of beat on it and not be worried about wasting too much money on it. I really love this band, and this is the reason I got this watch. It has the same kind of motion in the back as the Seiko, but it is way more affordable. I think I got it on eBay for 50 bucks used. It is a Pagani design. Looks great, beautiful. I really, honestly, if the watch stopped working tomorrow, that'd be fine. It hasn't, but I love this. I love the band, and I would probably switch the band over to the Seiko. And I love it. But for now, I use them both. And I wear them different, different occasions and stuff. I'll almost always wear this one to church and when I'm going out. And then I'll wear this one for work. Also, honorable mention, which it's dead right now, but the Garmin Instinct. This is also one of my favorite watches. Good and simple, very rugged. I don't have the charger for it right now. I think it's stashed away in one of my vehicles or in one of my bags. So I have stopped carrying this because I got these two automatics. Now again, they serve a completely different purpose. But for watches, I got Seiko, my first choice, my Pagani design cheapo internet watch, which I really like, which is still an automatic. And then I would call this old trusty, old reliable. I've had this for probably 4 or 5 years now, and this thing works great, the Garmin Instinct. So been very impressed with that. This thing goes really nice on a long charge. It goes probably about a month. And one thing I will say about the automatics, you have to keep wearing them or they will, just shut off. So that's annoying. All right, we'll go from watches over to something I always try to keep on me is a flashlight. I always have a flashlight on me. So you'll see different flashlights here. So you got the gun. First and foremost, have the gun. Secondly, have the watch. 1, 2, 3 options here. I go back and forth. And then I always have a flashlight. Now, I'll start with the Streamlight Wedge. I really like this flashlight a lot. I've had it for about a year now. I love the charger. I love how it charges just the USB charger, real easy. Same thing I'd charge for my my cell phone. I don't really necessarily love the lever. Very bright. I'm not sure how that turned out, but it's very bright. It does have a fuel gauge right there when you're charging it. So it tells you, I guess it tells you battery. It's pretty good. I wish it had a hat clip where I could wear it on my hat. It's a little long, but I guess that would be good also if I needed to use it for defense. You could go ahead and strike someone with it. But I do really like the Streamlight Wedge. Again, do I wish it had a button? Yeah. I wish it had moonlight mode. I don't think it has moonlight mode. So I can go ultra long on a you know, not worry about my battery going down. But I do also like that it's rechargeable. I'll mention these over here. This is the one I go back and forth with probably the most. This and this. These are two Olights. I think this one is called the Arcfeld Pro. Start with this one. I threw a little 550 cord on the back of it. It does have a hat clip. It's a little thick, but I still really like it. It has a laser option for a green laser. I love the fuel gauge. Really love the fuel gauge on this. This is a special edition Such special edition. It also is selectable over here from laser to standard very bright LED, which has all the different settings, and then a ultraviolet version, which I've never really used because I don't stay at, I don't go out hunting, and I'm not trying to go out and track a deer. And I don't normally stay in raunchy motels. So, and if I was staying in a raunchy motel, I probably wouldn't want to use the ultraviolet to see how nasty the bed is. But that's another nice option. I like the Olight a lot. This is also really good. It's perfect for your hat. You can really angle it down, the Arc Flex. I like the side button a lot instead of the button right here on the top. It's not selectable for a laser or anything. It's just really just for light. I love the fuel gauge on it. So it's got a selectable fuel gauge, which tells you what it's doing. Tells you all the different, how much battery it's got. One thing I will say about the Olights is they take a special Olight charger. I wish they didn't do that. I wish they had just a standard plug-in. Again, this is a good light. I'm not in love with the proprietary charging system, but the Olights are good lights. And I've never had any issues with them. Never had one die. So they have so far, like a Timex, take a licking and keep on ticking. Another one that I used to keep in my vehicle, and now I actually keep it in a bag, or I keep it usually around me, is this cheap, inexpensive Coast. Bam. Is this Coast flashlight right here. I like this thing. It'll also clip on your hat. It takes, from what I understand, I believe it takes a AA, just one standard AA. So I like that. It has a pretty standard battery system. So it's good. It also has kind of like a magnifying beam. So that is also a good flashlight that I use as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 flashlights. I would say really honestly, I go between the two Olights and the Streamlight the most. And that's it for the flashlights. And I always have a flashlight with me. I make sure I check all my pockets before I leave. And I always have a flashlight with me. I also always have a blade with me. So we'll talk about the 2 or 3 blades I have here, which I really like. And I use, this is probably my fanciest, bougiest one. This is the, well, I don't know if I say bougie. It's just a great workhorse, but it is nice. I really love how pretty it is. This is the Benchmade. I think it's called the Freak. I love this thing though. Good steel, really light. I think it's got access lock. I don't know what that's called, the locking system, but I like it. It carries really great. That has been with me since Christmas. So I have had that for coming up on a month. It is a really, really, really great, sharp knife. I've already got some silicone and junk on it, and I've had to resharpen it once, but it's great. One thing I'm really bad about for knives, I'm really bad about breaking the tips off. So I haven't broken the tip off of that knife yet, even though I'm sure the day is coming where I will, and I'll have to resharpen it. Another really great, it's got the sticker still on it. Another really great knife is the Endura 4 Spyderco. This is missing a clip. I'm getting ready to throw this one in the rotation. I'm going to put a new clip on it. It needs a little love. I like it because it is a straight blade. And I really like that for cutting stuff open and just everyday, just general purpose use. This is a good work knife. I might throw a, I might put a ringed hook on it. So that way when I pull it out of my pocket, it will actually go ahead and like self-open, and I might put one of those claw little hooks right here. I've done that on several of these, and that might be something I do, but I'm going to be carrying this one a lot this year. I got this actually used, so I was very happy about that. Didn't have to spend too much money. And then one really nice honorable mention when it comes to knives is this gravity knife. This is a gravity knife. I'm not sure the company, but it is a really cool gravity knife. It's my first gravity knife, and it takes razor blades. So I use this a lot. It's kind of like a fidget tool as well. So I'll find myself sometimes just messing with it. I really like how the blade is interchangeable. Let me show you how the blade can be changed out without trying to lose everything. I can take out the razor blade, and I can, let's just say, for example, this side is dull. I can go ahead and flip it over to this one and have a new side, have a new edge. So I really, 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 really like this purposeful utility knife. I'll call it a utility knife, but it's a gravity knife, so it's really cool, and it's kind of unique. So I think that's it for the knives and the gun and the watch and the flashlight. I will mention, I always try to keep a lighter on me. Sometimes it's in the vehicle, but I always have a lighter on me. So let me mention just a real cheapo lighter. This is just a great lighter you can throw in the little watch pocket. You can just kind of bury this, and this, I think everyday carry for a lighter is a good option. A lot of times I find myself needing one, especially if I need to start something on fire, which in my line of work is often. So, and then for a really fancy option, I got this for my 40th birthday from my dear friend. And this is a, trying to look here what it is, I can't remember. A Douglas field lighter. It is awesome. I believe it's called the Douglas S field lighter, and it is made in Japan. I think it's all handcrafted. It's a really nice lighter. I'm not going to light it because, I'm going to just lightly open it. I have not reloaded it with fuel lately, and I probably need to reload it with fuel and give it a little love. But this Douglas field lighter is the coolest gift and the coolest lighter I have ever had. It's super unique. It is super cool. It's just machined precisely. It's serialized. It's way cooler than a Zippo. If you think a Zippo is cool, I would say go get your hands on a Douglas field lighter and check out how cool it is. It's the coolest thing I think that you can have in your pocket. So check that out. And then I got a couple little honorable mentions I'll throw over here, but let me throw in my wallet real quick because I always have my wallet on me. And because I always have my wallet on me, let me this is just a real basic cheapo Wilson's leather wallet. You can find these for about 10 bucks online, and it's a front pocket wallet. So always keep your wallet in your front pocket. That's what I do. In my wallet, of course, I keep my license. I'm not going to open up and show you all of my info, but I keep my license, and I also keep a backup identification and everything I need for that, my credit cards and everything. But one of the cool things I do, you can see it kind of printing here. I keep 2 keys extra in my wallet. I keep a key for my property, for the gate for my property. So I have one of those keys always on me. It's in my wallet. And I also keep a key for my safety deposit box in my wallet. And then another trick I do for my wallet, which if you do this with your cell phone, you could keep a $100 bill put back in your cell phone case. But I also keep a little hidey hole of cash in my wallet as well, tucked away in one of the sleeves. So always keep cash set back in your wallet. That's what I would do. 2 honorable mentions right here, 2 or 3. This is the one I will be going with this year. I'll be switching over this because this wallet's starting to get a little worse for wear. So when I do that, I will be switching over to a new Wilson's Genuine Leather wallet, which, just go ahead and say, $10 normally, but I got it for $4.99 a couple years ago. I bought a stack of them. So that will become the new one when I switch out. You have to have your belt. This is how I store my belt when I'm not using my belt. I keep it wrapped up tight so it stays kind of in that same, I don't know, where it's, you know, still kind of round. But this is the Warrior Poet Society version of the next belt. This is the best belt I have ever used. Ever used. This is the best belt I have ever used. Just a ratcheting belt system. I know they make some other versions of it, but man, I absolutely love this belt. I beat on this belt, y'all. I'm really tough on this thing. I lay on the ground all the time, changing the oil, concrete. This thing has been dragged across concrete. But you have not seen anyone who's probably tougher on a belt when it comes to laying down on concrete than me. I'm always laying up against brick. I'm always up in chimneys and fireplaces. I'm just very rough with this belt, and it just keeps on going. So I'm waiting for this thing to die, but it's been, you know, probably 2-3 years, and I have really been hard on this thing. So about the best $70 I've ever spent on a belt is this next belt. All right, one last thing I just got, and this is really cool. This is just a Kydex holder, which you could keep around your neck or somewhere else for my new freak, for my new Benchmade freak. So this is the Kydex case or holder or holster for my Benchmade freak. And what I like about this, I'm not sure where I'm going to mount this. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it hanging around my neck, but I think it's really handy. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to, you know, mount this on a utility belt or what I'm going to do with it, or on my my shooting belt. But I like about it is that I can grab it and I can go ahead and pull it like that, and it comes out. So it seems to be really easy once you get it in there. It's actually kind of hard to lock in, but once you get it in there, it seems real easy to go ahead and grab. So I'm going to run this Kydex mount for my knife somewhere on some type of setup. I'm not sure what it will be, but I will be doing that this year in the next couple weeks, maybe in the next couple days. And that is it for my everyday carry of my setup. This is what I carry on me every day. Not everything here, there are some duplicates, but this is pretty much what I have on me almost every day. So that's it. You're probably seeing me here flagging myself, but I do not care. I'm flagging my hand. The gun is laying here and I'm flagging my hand. Who cares? All right. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, check out more of my stuff. I appreciate you.